on today's episode, the GOATs of the GOATs. You know, UFC 300 is right around the corner, right? Right around the corner. And I hear everybody talking about who are the greatest of all time in the UFC. And you know what I mean? Like, I got my top 5. And so I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to give some honorable mentions. I'm going to share with you, the MMA homie, to all the homies out there, who my top 5 are and the reason why. Now, I'm kind of been going back and forth on a few different names and how I'm judging them from how many knockouts they have, from how many submissions they've had, how many title defenses they've had. And I keep going back and forth with GSP and Khabib. Now, Khabib's record is 29-0. GSP record is, let me read it. I wrote it down, 26-2. GSP has 9 title defenses. Khabib had 3 title defenses in the UFC. Now, so, you know, we're talking about the UFC. We're talking about the all-time GOATs in the UFC, right? Now, Khabib, I'm going to start here. I'm putting GSP number 1. 9 title defenses, 26-2. He was so dominant for so long. He fought from 2004 and he finally retired right. I think he officially said 2018. He got 2 belts when he beat Bisping for the middleweight championship. And so he dominated that 170 for so long and so decisively. When he went in there, he destroyed all his opponents. So I'm going to put GSP number 1. I'm going to put Khabib number 2, 29-0, because undefeated, that just speaks volumes within itself. Now, what I wish, he did have 13 wins in a row. He had 3 title defenses. He had 5 submissions, 2 knockouts. What I wish was that he had more title defenses. I'd like to see more of it. And the reason why, too, I put GSP number 1 is because I feel like a lot of fighters do not know when to lay it down. I felt like GSP did. He knew when just to say, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I've accomplished everything I needed to do in this sport, and I'm out. It's out. So Khabib is another guy. He went out on top. Both of these guys went out on top. Undefeated, like I said, speaks for itself. I just wish Khabib fought more and had more title defenses. I realized he had a lot of wins outside of the UFC, but that doesn't take away from, he had 13 fights in the UFC, right? GSP had 23 fights in the UFC. So I put all of this into play here. Now, coming up for 3 and 4, I kind of went back and forth. We got Jon Jones and we got Anderson the Spider Silva. These are 2 bad motherfuckers. Now, Jon Jones had 13 title defenses. Anderson Silva had 10 title defenses. Anderson Silva fought from about 2006 to about 2020. Jon Jones, 2008, he's current. You know, he's injured right now. I didn't realize that. Jon Jones' record is 27-1. Anderson Silva record is 34-11, I believe. Now, God, it's so hard. I'm going to put Anderson Silva number 3, and this is the reason why. 11 knockouts and 3 submission. He dominated it was either a knockout or a submission. Every fucking fight, it ended. There was no decision. There was no leaving it into the fucking refs', the judge's hands. He went in there and knocked you the fuck out and just crisp and clean. Kicks, punches, so just crisp with his counters too, with his Muay Thai clinches. He had 25 fights in the UFC, so he has tenure there too. So I'm going to put him number 3. Now, Jon Jones, a bad motherfucker. He had 6 submissions and 5 knockouts. So I think, I put that in my head of why. 11 knockouts and 3 submissions, it just speaks volumes. I just wish Anderson Silva retired before the Weidman fight when he fucking cracked his leg and broke it. That shit was just, everything went downhill from there. You know what I mean? Like, he should have ended on top. I wish he would have. That's why Habib and GSP did. Now, so that means John Jones is number 4. And he still fight. He still could fight. He's still recovering. Here's the other thing about John Jones. He tarnished. He could have been the baddest of all fucking time. He got arrested. He got in that car accident. He got up with some coke and shit. Now look I'm not one to judge, bro. But when you're at that level, there's things expected of you of how you carry yourself. And these are the things you can't be doing anymore. So it's kind of like he could have done so much more. So, bro, he could have, he's already one of the GOATs of all time, but he could have been the Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like he could have been the Tom Brady. He could have had it at a whole, like he would have been the Jordan of the UFC. He would have been the Tom Brady of the UFC. So, I mean, now he's getting a little bit older. He got injured. You know what I mean? Like he had 4 or 5 years where he just wasn't even fighting because of all these court shit. But hey, it is what it is. I got number 5, the legend. Number 1, Royce Gracie. I mean, come on. He fought 3 or 4 dudes in one night. So what's up? Come at me. No weight division. So he just fucking fools up, fucking tying them up, fucking like, hey, what's up? Let's go. With this whole robe on. Hey, he is the UFC. Because of him, hey, salute, brother. Like maybe you should just be number 1. But I think that these guys, you know, were so well in their craft, GSP, Habib, Anderson, John Jones, that, you know, he evolved UFC to where it is now. And if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't be knowing how a man can get beat up with going to the ground and getting submitted. He opened up everybody's eyes. Honorable mention, I gotta give it to Amanda Nunes, the Lion. Hey, she is the GOAT of the female fucking fighters. I know she lost that fight. And she just had her kid. So, you know, I know her mind wasn't all there and shit, because I think if she really went at it, she wouldn't have lost that fight either. I think she had some distractions. You know what I mean? That's the thing. When you're at the top, you get more distractions. So, I mean, she was, I believe, 23 and 5. I can go back and double check that for everybody real quick. Let me see here. 23 and 5. Yeah. She fought 18 fights in the UFC, 3 submissions, 8 knockouts. I mean, she was a badass. You know what I mean? She I know she had lost that fight to Pena. So like I said, but when she got back, she went back and got it, and she retired and she left on top. So hey, you really opened the doors for what female fighters in UFC and MMA really can do, all around game. She just dominated everybody. She fucked me up. You know what I mean? Like, so hey, MMA homie, the UFC Mount fucking Rushmore GOAT of all motherfucking top 5. We're gonna record behind the scene the podcast, audio podcast on Spotify. So make sure to tap in with us there. Do not subscribe, but make sure to talk shit in the motherfucking comments. You feel me? So hey, MMA homie, we out this bitch. Stay tuned for bonus footage. Hey, we out. Hey, but for everybody fucking with us still on Spotify, hey, make sure to